and welcome along, and welcome to what is going to be our final visit to Marwell Manor farm. Today we're going to be getting some planting done. So we're going to be using our T6 at 175 here. The lower half of field 8 needs planting. So we're going to get that working on that. And with our 8340 here, which still has our large bulk trailer attached on the back, we're going to be selling off the corn from last time. And hopefully we might be able to get a few more cows as a result. But we'll see how we do. And we'll see where we are going to end up leaving the farm at the end of this. I'm very much not wanting to sort of sell everything off. Because I love the idea that this has been sort of a setup for the farm. But yeah, at the same time, we're gonna leave it in a good place for it going forwards. So what we're gonna plant down here, is going to be some canola, I think. Did we have canola in here already? If we did, then I want to put something else. So we'll have a look. We have the right head for... Yeah, so we had canola in here, so we need to put either soybeans or... So what else have we got planted? At the moment, we have soybeans planted everywhere else. So we need to put something else in. I don't know exactly what this planter does. I think what we might do, seeing as we have the header for it now, we are going to switch it out. And I'm going to put something else in here. We're not going to be able to harvest it, obviously. But we will put a slightly different crop in here. We're going to put some sunflowers in. But what we require for that is a slightly different bit of kit, which we do have over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So I think we should be able to switch over to our other seeder for this. I think our other seeder has a similar sort of width. If not, then we may have to get going with the cultivator first. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's lower everything down. Lower that down, and drop it off. There we go. I think this one might be slightly wider than our current cultivator. So we'll just pick this up and check. Yeah, that is a lot wider than our current cultivator. So we are going to have to set this field cultivating now. So we're not going to be actually planting anything today with this. What we're going to do is we're going to drop the front off. So drop that off here. There we go. And we will get our cultivator. And actually, to do the cultivating, we don't need our T6. So we're going to switch round. And cultivating should be able to be handled by our 7740. It's not a big job. It doesn't require a huge amount of horsepower. So let's go and hook this up instead. And using this means that we are then freeing up our T6 to be able to do some other stuff. And in fact, what we're going to get our T6 doing is the bottom half, or the western half of, no, sorry, the eastern half of field 19. So where we've had the corn, that is going to need ploughing because we've had corn. So using this tractor to do the cultivating on here, we're going to go plough the lower half of field 19. And that will then serve us well. That will then move things forward. So this field here, do we have a course already for this? So field 8, 13, lower, temp seeding. Perfect. There we go. Now while that's seeding, what we can do is we can put this on to field work. And then head this down to the bottom. And the reason why I've chosen the seeding one is because it is of a width that we had with this cultivator, this powered cultivator. And putting this in here will work nicely for it. So what we're going to do with the T6 though is we're going to actually use the seeder with that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that behind the plough. Behind the subsoil. So there we go. There is our start point. we're going to go nearest waypoint and drive course. And away it goes. So there goes our 7740, doing a grand job on that straight off the bat. So now we're going to hook our T6 up, back up to the equipment, some of the equipment we were, but what we want is we want this 4 meter subsoiler here, which is going to go in the middle, like so. I'm going to hook this up to our seeder and then put our seed storage on the front. I think this should be enough seed. Can we can't lift that. Let's see if we can lift that. We can't lift the seeder, interestingly. Should be able to, but it's not doing it. Maybe there's not the hydraulics on that to do it. But anyway, so hook that up. And we are going to put a canola in this field. So we'll get that moving as well. But yeah, it really does not. It is lifted off the ground, so it is off the ground. But it doesn't want to. It doesn't seem to have any. Yeah, it has no hydraulics of its own on the back of this. So that's why we're unable to lift the seeder up as well. It will all just run as it is. We really want to have gone not through the grass field here, but up around the top. You see the grass isn't quite ready to cut yet. Yet. I do quite like this seed box on the front with the for the Vadestad. It does work very nicely with this goods here. This is a real sort of Frankenstein setup we've got here. No two pieces of equipment are the same make, which is quite something. Now we should have field 19 east. Do we have field 19 east subsoiler, which should work for us here because the subsoiler is the same width as the seeder. So taking that into account, we are going to be seeding. So yeah, we have got the right one here, and that should finish at this point, which means it starts down the bottom. Now whether we have enough canola in the seeder for this, I don't know, but we will find out soon enough. Quite a big field, this one. But it's, yeah. Despite the fact that we're moving on, the farming does go on. It continues into the future. And if I ever want to revisit this, we will, you know, we're not sort of selling everything off and doing. We've got a really nice setup on here. I've really enjoyed playing this map, and it's just worked. Our whole setup has worked very nicely. Stop that, please. Okay, we'll go first. And right. Yeah, there we go. So that is now putting the canola in and working very nicely. So we'll leave that going, and then we're on to this. There we go. I've had a lot of fun doing the horses on here as well. It's the first time we've done horses. The next map I do, I think we're gonna start with animals. We're gonna hit the ground running with those rather than getting them really late in the series. I want to do some stuff that's sort of straight off the bat with the animals. And it's going to be a much more animal focused farm, the next farm. So we've got 70,582 litres. Now this holds 48,000. This is going to take a couple of trips. And I basically want to use this time to sort of review what we've done on this farm. I'm really pleased with how the field divides have gone. How that has worked out on this map. I really love how our farm is shaped. There are some barns now that I think if I was to continue I'd probably bring into here. Dorset's red barns would fit on this map quite nicely. There we go. So there is that. That would be quite nice. There's some space. I think we'd end up with a lot more cows on here because we have space for another cow another cow shed, which would work out quite well. And that lean-to that we added there is really quite nice as well. Maybe we'll put the barn in today. Maybe we'll finish off the farmyard. I think that would be quite a nice way to end this. To have our farmyard fully set up. To have things nice and ready to go. I'm hoping I've got the barns in here. We may not have those, is the only thing that worries me. But it's, yeah. We've got 48,000 litres in here at the moment. We've got another 60-ish. No, sorry, we had 78 in total, so we got not quite got a full trailer. I think we've got about 2/3 of a trailer left to tip. How much money that's going to bring us? Oh, that is a very good point, actually, as we reach the edge here. How much money do we have at the various sell points for corn? So Rainbow Ridge is the better place. So that is where we're going to take this. So away we go. Yeah, Rainbow Ridge has seemed to be, as basically for most of this series, been the preferred place to sell stuff. We have sold stuff at the sell point the other end, but for the most part, it's all been down here. I don't think this is the last time we're going to see this tractor either. Well, this is a 7740. I think I want a 7840 going forwards. We have one of those on Oakfield, and I really love having it. I don't think it's going to be the last of the T6 we see either. In fact, I already know the T6 is going to move on to another series. So we may move this onto another series as well. In fact, I think we have 2 new series starting this week. So I'm rather pleased about them. And you'll see what the new series that's replacing this one is tomorrow. I'm not going to say in this video, but yeah, keep your eye out. If you've already seen the schedule for the week, then you'll already know what map we're moving on to after this. There we go. That has got our first load done, which is really good. Really nice with the course play set up on here and the whole getting things going the whole time we've been doing stuff. It's just sort of really worked out well for us. And at no point have we really been in a position where I've worried about the money that we've got. It might have slowed us down a bit, and I think and part of the reason why I want to do animals early in my next series is because we got the cows really late and we haven't really explored them very much. So I do want to explore that side of things a lot earlier going forwards. But I think we've explored really using this farm with a smaller set of equipment and using it with a set of equipment that isn't, you know, top of the range, huge stuff. With the exception actually of our mower, which just ended up making sense. I won't be using one of those for a while, I don't think. But I do love it. I do love that Big M. It has come along as a nice addition on here, especially for what we've been doing. We have a very full shed of hay and straw at the moment, and a lot of stuff that is a lot of silage bales. I love the silage bale setup we have on here with the X tractor. That has worked really well, and the Andersen DLC came along just the right moment for me to be doing silage bales. But yeah, look at that. Look at the amount of bales we've got on here ready for our cows. That is a good stock that will keep us going for a long while. So I'm really quite pleased with that. So we'll fill this up again. And while we're filling this up, actually, let's have a look. See if we do have Dawson's barns in here. I have a good place to put them if we do. Right. So again, we're going to empty out the rest of the corn, and while we're doing that, I don't really want to do the same actually. What I want to do is come out of here and come to here and see what placeable buildings we have. So in the sheds, do we have it? Can we place it today? We do. Yeah, we do. We have some good barns in there. Wow, we are going to be able to afford these. So we're going to be able to put some of these in, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased about that. And those should fit nicely into this yard. So we'll go and tip this. And see how much money we have from this. But really, it's all in all, I'm quite pleased with where we've ended up. We actually could put one of them down here. We have the space to put a barn down here as well. Just sort of rearrange things a little bit. Because it is really cool and really nice to have those. And it's you know, I've wanted to build up this yard since we first started. We're not quite going to have enough to buy more than one barn, so we'll be very careful with which one we have. But yeah, we'll be able to see kind of where I wanted to go with the farm, and I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite pleased with that. Good, we're all clear. I really do love this New Holland as well. This tractor is just, especially now it's this dirty, reminds me of the tractor that I used to drive so very much. It was a 7840 I had, not a 7740, but it is, yeah, just reminds me so much of that. So here we go, one final time into Rainbow Ridge stores. We do have a little bit of, I can't remember which other crop it was that we had, but very little bit of. Oh yeah, oats. We have a little bit of oats because that's for the horses, for feeding them. Here we are ready to see how much our final little bit of money will make. Right, let's tip that. There we go. I think I have maybe decided on a title for this video. Because while it is the ending, while it is our last visit to the farm, it's not you know, it's not the end. It's not the ending for this farm. Well, I'm actually let me know in the comments. None of what I have here isn't widely available. So if you'd like me to put this save game up, if you'd like to continue on this farm, let me know in the comments, and I'll put the save game up for download. I'll you know, I'll give the save game, I'll make the save game available for download, and then you guys can have a go and continue on if you want to continue on. Because I quite like the idea of doing that, and I'm quite interested if you guys would like me to do that with sort of stuff in general going forwards. You know, would you like to maybe continue on from my save games from where I am, and continue on doing stuff? I would be very intrigued and very interested to know that. Right, we have 53,000, which means we could buy a 20 and a 27,000 pound shed. And I'm tempted to sell the basic lean-to we have up here as well, and replace it with a barn. So we might have a look and see roughly what this looks like now. Just to sort of give our final thing. So if I go into the shop here and we go into sheds, now this is a huge barn. And it's got a door. Yeah, so this would be a fantastic barn to have up the top here. Proper barn complex, this one. And it would sit about there. Which actually would be awesome. Really, really awesome. Can't be placed there because obviously we have equipment and tools and things here. But I quite like that. I really like that. So I think what we might do is go and sell our existing shed and move the equipment out of the way. So there's our existing shed. So sell that. Yeah, and then we'll get our equipment out the way. Gives us another 15,000. So we definitely have enough to put some more sheds up. There we go. So move the crone out the way there. And then we're going to move this out of the way. I always did put that in slightly the wrong place. I think we could have positioned our storage a little bit better. As it is, it's served us well where it is. The biggest problem with it is the reset point for this map sits inside it, and it's one of those things that I've not seen sort of sorted on maps yet. I'd love to see a placeable reset point, something that overrides the reset point of the map in the same way as there's something that overrides the start point in the map. We need to get that trailer out of the way as well. We're still going to leave ourselves a pathway down the back. Let's drop that off. No. Let's switch to the right bit and drop that off. And then we can get this trailer out of the way. There may even be space for us to put a lean-to at the end, which would be quite good. It's amazing what you can do with £69,000 and a good set of sheds. Right, so purchase sheds. We're gonna put in the largest of Dorset sheds, which is 35,000. Now I want to turn myself. So we've got doors front and back. What we want to do, I think, is line ourselves up with the back of the shed, or the back of our bit here. Yeah, that's pretty good there. Maybe a little bit of a gap, because we do have some stuff down the back of that. That there should be good. There we go. There is our shed. I really quite like that. Have I put this on backwards? No, that should open. There we go. Ah, it takes a while for it to open. Look at the size of this, though. That is absolutely fantastic. Some great sounds on those sheds as well. Right, so let's put our equipment away to finish things off. Really, really liking this. And there is space and things now to put stuff outside it. So you can add decoration and bits to the front. Give yourself a little bit of extra, you know, some extra bits of dressing to it, which is a nice thing about this. I'm not sure we should be able to drive our big trailer here straight in and then maybe reverse it back. Like so. But yeah, certainly that is a yard that is taking shape very, very nicely at this point. Looks like a good proper farmyard. And I'm hoping it's got to the stage now where going forwards on maps like this, there are going to be buildings you can place, and there are going to be buildings that will fit in nicely for doing this kind of thing with. So it's a really exciting time for Farm Sim. The really cool stuff is beginning to come out, and as a result, you're beginning to see the full potential of the game is beginning to be realised, which I always love this point. I always love it when we start getting this kind of stuff in. And we go. That will disconnect there rather nicely. And we can now get, we want to get our combine header in as well, but let's get our combine in first. I'm hoping the combine head is going to fit in here that we currently have. Yeah, it's no wider than the combine, so if the combine fits, then this head will as well. There we go. Yeah, that fits really nicely. There's our combine in. Get the telehandler in as well, although that could possibly go down the bottom. With 34,000 left, I'm very tempted to put another barn in. Oh, there we go. So that will fit in here as well. There we go. Right, just 2 more. Oh, that does fit in there. Fantastic. And we've got enough space for our other tractors in here as well. This is a really nice sized barn. I'm really impressed by this. It works so well, that barn. I'd really love to see. A farmyard built around these British barns. So header, grab that and take that in because that should be undercover. Pull that in here. We might have to drive out through this door here, and then hopefully be able to back in. Oh no, that's not going to work, is it? Right, so let's pull this forwards. And then we're going to switch over to the telehandler. That's what I want. Hopefully we have enough space here to scoot around. Yeah, we should do. So we can scoot around here. We'll put this on this side of the barn. Like so, and then we can put the header trailer down the other side. And then that is where I think we're going to finish up, because we have done everything that I sort of set out to do today. We've got our new barn, we've got all of our equipment that we want to get in it. Let's not hit the trailer. That up along this wall. Fantastic. And then that's got it. So we'll close our doors. Nice big barn. We got plenty of space for our other tractors. And it just works really well. I'm very pleased with that. So that is where we are going to leave this series. I hope you have enjoyed our time on Marwell Manor Farm. And all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and this series. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.